So, everyone, welcome again. And in this session, I would like to talk about some practical elements of the meditation. When I talk about practical elements, it's about whether we are in the right track. So, when it comes to meditation, sometimes some of you mentioned in the past that it is difficult to begin the meditation and to get to a good level of concentration. This is because every action, every thought, every word we release, create or create releases energy to the universe. So it is there as Dhamma, it is in the universe. So when we start to practice meditation, what happens is we attract these energies. So if we have release more of raga, dvesha, moha, that means greed, hatred, and delusional thoughts, actions, um, words, then we attract these more. So this is why it's difficult to concentrate. So our tracks are not going to the spiritual track. So we are attracting the things that we have already released to the universe. So we call this samanantara and anantara pratya. So when we create a background within our mind, we try to attract the good energy from the universe. But unfortunately, if we have more of the raga, dvesha, moha, or whatever that we have released to the universe, that those are the things that come to us more quite often. So it is the same with the addictions. When somebody smoked for a long time or had alcohol, drugs, or something, even, watching YouTube channels for too long, nowadays this AI is a catch, when you watch something, they try to send you more of that type of things to you. So you get stuck there watching one after the other. So it is now becoming like addiction for most of us. So these rehabilitation centers are really good for to come out of the addictions. They try to prevent you getting access to these addictions, so you are no longer able to access these. So you can involve in skill training or something. So you can come out of these addictions. Actually, in spiritual path, we call it Atta Kilamatthana Yoga. It's a Pali word. Like in yogis in India and those places, they do follow this path to keep their spiritual track going on. They try to avoid this luxury life. They just wear a plain cloth and have minimum food, and they try to avoid the pleasures. They stay in the Himalayas or somewhere. So this is Atta Kilamatthana Yoga, avoiding things to keep the practice in the right track. And the other part is Kama Sukhalikana Yoga. Some of them says that when you experience too much of things, pleasures like pubbing, clubbing, enjoying, then you get fed up of this and you can come out of this. And they do more of this and try to uh, see whether it works. This is called Kama Sukhalikanu Yoga. Actually, the best way is the Majjhima Patipada. Some people explain this as middle path, but the best way to describe is that looking at the cause and the effect of what we do in day-to-day life, we we need, if we can observe our mind, what type of a thought we get, whether it's an angry thought, whether it's a delusional thought, lazy mind. Delusional mind can be lazy, ignorant mind, or agitated mind. If we start to observing our mind and how things happen, that is the best way to keep our spiritual track going on. So, I would give you an example uh, to understand this better. So, it is actually you need to have a strong feeling, strong energy to override your habits and the behaviors to come out of these. Otherwise, you will be going on that track for a long time. What I meant was, for example, if you're not a morning person and if you struggle to wake up in the morning and you are late to work, you get late to work all the time. So one day your boss will call you and say, you are always getting late. I'm going to give you a warning letter. And if you're going to get late again, I'm going to give the second and the third warnings and I'm going to dismiss you. Also, I have done a pay cut for the hours that you didn't work. So how do you feel? It's a strong energy, strong feeling. You feel that this energy is stronger than you wanting to sleep. It's a very powerful, strong feeling, and you feel sad, you regret, you get frustrated. So, next morning, what happens is that feeling and the energy is stronger than wanting to sleep. You wake up easily and go to work. That's how the best way to come out of habits and the behaviors like that or addictions. I will give you another example. You are always rushing in the morning, and so you just leave the house quickly. And one day your neighbor will call you and say, I can see your the front door is open. I saw you were leaving. Did you forget to lock the door? Then you panicked and you rush back and you were sweating and tired. You are going to get late to work and you close the door. And next time, that energy was too strong and powerful. You will not forget to close the door. So, to keep the spiritual track for most of us is that if we have something happen to us, like losing someone very close to us, or losing a job, or whatever that affected you so badly, then you try to get closer to a spiritual path or um, get comfort out of following a spiritual path or doing meditation or something that comforts you. So this is something I wanted to mention because avoiding things doesn't help that much, or getting using too much of these things, pleasurable things, won't help either to follow the path. If we can observe the mind, understand how these things happen, the Four Noble Truths, dukkha, dukkha hetuva, dukkha nati kirime magga, and dukkha nirodha. The suffering, how about the suffering? What is that is causing us the suffering, and how we can come out of this suffering, or what caused the suffering? So the path to come out of the suffering and end of the suffering. So it's like even diagnosing a patient, we need to know what is the disease or the symptoms, how it caused, etiology, and find a treatment plan, and then we try to cure the person. It's the same. Even in spiritual practice, if we always try to observe when things go wrong, then it develops wisdom. as well samadhi or concentration. There are two parts of meditation that many follows. Samatha and vidarshana. Is in Sanskrit we call it vidarshana. In Pali we call it vipassana. So in vipassana, in samatha meditation, what we do is we concentrate on our breathing, or we can look at a candle or a flame, and we try to develop the samadhi or the level of concentration, and then we can go up the jhanas, etc. And in Vipassana meditation, we always try to do the analysis of what is happening. As I mentioned before, the the Four Noble Truths, try to follow uh, and understand what is it, how did this happen, how can I come out of this. If we ask these questions and follow these, then our wisdom develops, and also samadhi also develops. It says we should do the meditation in a way that samatha vipassana develops together. So it called Yugananda. In a way, we need to do Samatha Vipassana in a Yugananda way. Both should develop at the same time. So Vipassana meditation helps to develop Samatha and Vipassana both at the same time. Uh, This is what we do in Karmasthana chanting. Now I am giving you the meanings of the Karmasthana we chant. So if you can focus on the meaning as well, so the wisdom will develop. And also when we chant them, the samatha side, the level of concentration also will develop. Another thing I wanted to mention is this mind about mindfulness. Um, in mindfulness meditation, many says that it is about focusing on the present moment, not to focus on the past or the future. But it is a bit confusing if somebody says just to focus on the present. It is because, I'll give an example to understand this again. If somebody offer you a meal and you are a vegetarian, you go to the table and there are meat, fish, and vegetables. And if you cannot bring the data or sanya of the past, then you can't even um, recognize what is meat, what is fish, and what is vegetables. It is the past memories that you need to bring back to that present moment to understand, to avoid fish and meat, to recognize fish and meat and avoid them. So, uh, saying that don't focus on the past is a bit of a confusing factor. And also don't focus on the future. But this is also confusing again. How can you not focus on the future? Many times you need to focus on the next moment, next day. I'll give an example for this as well, that you have a shift finishes at 10:30 p.m. at night, and that day you finish the work at 10:45. Your last bus is at 11 p.m. So now you look at your clock watch and see it's only 15 minutes. I need to rush to the bus stop now to catch the bus. You know how to speed up your walking and things. All you decide by thinking about the bus coming at 11 o'clock. So um, focusing, not to focus on future and past and only focus on present is not the right way because it is confusing. So what you need to do is to focus and see how things happen, how what creates you to take this action, how you are going to face the next minute, what you are thinking at this moment, and things like that. So it's a little few things for you to understand the practical elements of meditation. And let's move on to our meditation session as usual. So if you have any questions, we will go through them at the end. So now let's focus and concentrate on our meditation session. As I said, we are going to chant some karmasthana today, and I have given the meanings, and also I'm going to mention about the meanings while we are chanting as well, so it will refresh your mind. So find a place where you can sit quietly, and if you like, you can close your eyes or keep it slight open. It's up to you. And it's better to avoid noises, sounds, because in the beginning, if you're new to meditation, the sounds can distract you. But if you have practiced for many years, then the sounds won't bother you that much. So sit there, try to sit straight, your back straight, and focus on your body. To bring your mind to your body, let's go through we'll scan the body starting from the forehead. Let's focus on the forehead, and then your face, cheeks, then the neck area, shoulders, chest, tummy area, upper legs, knees, lower legs, and feet. Let's go up again, starting from feet, lower legs, knees, upper thighs, tummy area, chest, shoulders, neck, and the face. So let's take 3 long breaths to the tummy. Slowly inhale and slowly exhale. So now, to make it calm and to relax the body, let's focus on the air element. We are not focusing the air tract, the nasal passage, or where the breath goes. We are just focusing on the air element, the lightness of the air, how it moves around the body. Air is the lightest element of the 5 elements: air, water, fire, and earth. So we are only focusing on the air because it will make us relax and helps with the concentration. How the lightness, light quality of the air. How it moves around the body. If any part of the body is tight, try to breathe to that area so it will help to release the tightness. In samatha meditation, we only focus on air and improve concentration, but here we are only as use it as the base of our meditation. You feel relaxed, calmer, and lighter. Let's move on to the chanting. The first verse is Ragasita Nivi Nivi Nivansuvadaneva. That means the mind that get attached to things, or roaming mind, to make it calmer and connected to the enlightenment or to the blissful nature. Dvesha sita nivi nivi nivansuvadaneva. The angry or agitated mind to become calmer and to connect, and our mind to connect with the blissful state. Moha sita nivi nivi nivansudaneva. Sita means mind. Moha means delusion. Delusional mind to become calmer and to connect with the blissful state or the enlightenment. And the other one is Papasita Nivi Nivi Nivansudaneva. The sinful mind will come out of sinful acts and have the blissful state. You can concentrate on the meanings. Rakasita Nivi Nivi Nivansudaneva. Dveshasita Nivi Nivi Nivansuvadaneva. Mohasita Nivi Nivi Nivansuvadaneva. Papasita Nivi Nivi Nivansuvadaneva. Papasita Nivi Nivi Nivansuvadaneva. Prakasita Nivi Nivi Nivansuvadaneva. Dveshasita Nivi Nivi Nivansuvadaneva. Mohasita Nivi Nivi Nivansuvadaneva. Papasita Nivi Nivi Nivansuvadaneva. Let the mind come out of the attachments and touch the blissful nature. Ragasita Nivi Nivi Nivansuvadaneva. Dveshasita Nivi Nivi Nivan suva daneva. The angry, aggressive mind becomes calmer and touch the blissful nature of the enlightenment. Mohasita nivi nivi nivan suva daneva. May the mind come out of the delusional states, lazy, ignorant states, and touch the blissful nature. Papasita nivi nivi nivan suva daneva. The sinful mind will stop the sinful acts and connect with the blissful nature or the enlightenment. Ragasita nivi nivi nivan suva daneva. Dveshasita nivi nivi nivan suva daneva. Mohasita nivi nivi nivan suva daneva. Papasita nivi nivi nivan suva daneva. Papasita nivi nivi nivan suva daneva. Ragasita nivi nivi nivan suva daneva. Dveshasita nivi nivi nivan suva daneva. Mohasita nivi nivi nivan suva daneva. Papasita nivi nivi nivan suva daneva. Papasita nivi nivi nivan suva daneva. Papasita nivi nivi nivan suva daneva. Now let's chant the usual karmasthana. Etan santang, etan panitang, yadidhang sabba sankara samato, sabbu padi padi nisaggo, tanhakayo, virago, nirodho, nibbānanti. Etan santang, etan panitang, everything becomes blissful. Yadidan sabba sankara samato. When our thoughts become calmer, the thinking becomes slower and calmer. Sabhu padi pati nisaggo. When mind come out of all the bonds and attachments. Nirodho, tanhakayo, come out of the cravings, the roaming mind, and the attached mind. When it comes out of these, it can touch the blissful nature or the nibbana or the enlightenment. Etang santang, etang panitang, yadidang sabba sankhara samatu sabbupadi padinissaggo tanhakkayo virago nirodho nibbānanti etang santang etang panitang yadidhang sabba sankhara samatu sabbupadi patinissago tanhakkayo virago nirodho nibbānanti. Etang santang, etang panitang, yadidang sabba sankhara samatu. When all the thinking process becomes calmer. Sabbupadi pati nisagga. When come out of all the bonds, binding, attachments. Tanhakayo virago nirodho nibbānanti. When we come out of the cravings, roaming mind and attachments, we can touch the blissful nature or the enlightenment. Etang santang, etang panitang, yadidang sabba sankhara samatu, sabbupadi patinissago, tanhakayo virago, nirodho nibbānanti. Etang santang, etang panitang, yadidang sabba sankhara samatu, sabbupadi patinissago, tanhakayo virago, nirodho nibbānanti. Ragasita nivi nivi nivansuva daneva dveshasita nivi nivi nivansuva daneva mohasita nivi nivi nivansuva daneva Papasita nivi nivi nivan suva daneva. Papasita nivi nivi nivan suva daneva. Etang santang, etang panitang, yadidang sabba sankhara sametu, sabbupadi patinissago, tanhakayo virago, nirodho nibbānanti. Etang santang, etang panitang, yadidang sabba sankhara sametu, sabbupadi patinissago, tanhakayo virago, nirodho nibbānanti. We are feeling calmer, relaxed, mind is becoming blissful. The tensions are releasing. The monkey mind, which runs around, is becoming calmer. Level of concentration increasing. We are looking at the meanings of these karmasthana, so helps to develop the wisdom. Let's chant Aloka Karmasthana. Aloka means light. Light is compared to wisdom. When our mind touches the blissful nature, light creates. It can be in two ways. In a laukika way, we feel light, we become light, we become a light. When we develop meditation, you see the light more and more. And the other way, your wisdom develops. So we call it wisdom is also light. Munidu pudana magehita alokai. So when our mind touches the blissful nature, mind becomes light or it creates light or wisdom. When our body touches the blissful nature or enlightenment, the light creates there or the wisdom develops. And also, when our mind comes out of the sinful acts, the light creates there. When our body stops doing the sinful acts, the light creates. That's the meaning of that verse. Munidu pudane maki ita alokai. Munidu pudane maki kata alokai. Pauno karane magi sita alokai. Pauno karane magi kata alokai. When we touch the blissful nature, there's light. Munidu pudane magi ita alokai. Munidu pudane magi kata alokai. When we come out of the sinful acts, we touch the light, we create light or wisdom. Pauno karane magi sita alokai. Pauno karane magi kata alokai. Munidu pudane magi ita alokai. Munidu pudane magi kata alokai. Munidu pudane magi sita alokai. Munidu pudane magi kata alokai. Pauno karane magi sita alokai. Pauno karane magi kata alokai. Munidu pudane magi sita alokai. උනිදු පුදන මගේ ගත ආලෝකයි පවු නොකරන මගේ සිත ආලෝකයි පවු නොකරන මගේ ගත ආලෝකයි ඒතං සන්තං ඒතං පනිතං යදිදං සබ්බ සංඛාර සමතෝ සබ්බූපදී පටිනිස්සග්ගෝ තණ්හක්කයෝ විරාගෝ නිරෝධෝ නිපානන්ති ඒතං සන්තං ඒතං පනිතං යදිදං සබ්බ සංඛාර සමතෝ සබ්බූපදී පටිනිස්සග්ගෝ තණ්හක්කයෝ විරාගෝ නිරෝධෝ නිපානන්ති මුනිදු පුදන මගේ සිත ආලෝකයි මුනිදු පුදන මගේ ගත ආලෝකයි පවුනු කරන මගේ සිත ආලෝකයි පවුනු කරන මගේ ගත ආලෝකයි පවුනු කරන මගේ සිත ආලෝකයි පවුනු කරන මගේ ගත ආලෝකයි You see the light around you. You feel your wisdom is developing. You feel calmer, relaxed, and becoming blissful. Also, let's spread some metta, kindness to the world. There is a lot of things happening in this world. Lots of bad energy is releasing to the world. Wars and all these things happening. People are angry, agitated. So let's try to send some kindness and some positive energy so we can feel calmer and may everyone be happy and healthy. Let's focus on all the sentient beings in front. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on either side of the front. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on the right. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on either side of the right. Let's focus on all the sentient beings behind. Let's focus on all the sentient beings either side of the back. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on the left. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on either side of the left. Let's focus on all the sentient beings below. Let's focus on all the sentient beings above. May all the sentient beings, including myself, free from the samsaric suffering. May free from this disease of samsara. May release from the fears of samsara. May release from the burning samsara. may release from the sorrows of samsara, may release from the sansaric raga, may release from the bonds of samsara, may release from the ocean of samsara, may release from the desert of samsara, may release from the darkness of samsara. May everyone, including myself, attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all the sentient beings, including myself, attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all the sentient beings, including myself, attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May say all the sentient beings in front. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on either side of the front. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on the right. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on either right side of the right. Let's focus on all the sentient beings behind. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on either side of the back. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on the left. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on either side of the left. Let's focus on all the sentient beings below. Let's focus on all the sentient beings above. May all the sentient beings, including myself, free from the suffering, sansaric suffering. May free from the disease of samsara. May free from the fears of samsara. May free from the burning samsara. May free from the sorrows of samsara. May free from the sansaric raga. May free from the bonds of samsara. May free from the ocean of samsara. May free from the desert of samsara. May free from the darkness of samsara. May all the sentient beings, including myself, attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all the sentient beings, including myself, attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all the sentient beings, including myself, attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Let's focus on all the sentient beings in front. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on either side of the front. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on the right. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on either side of the right. Let's focus on all the sentient beings behind. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on either side of the right. Either side of the back. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on the left. Let's focus on all the sentient beings on either side of the left. Let's focus on all the sentient beings below. Let's focus on all the sentient beings above. May all the sentient beings, including myself, free from the samsaric suffering. May free from the disease of samsara. May free from the fears of samsara. May free from the burning samsara. May free from the sorrows of samsara. May free from the sansaric raga. May free from the bonds of samsara. May free from the desert of samsara. May free from the ocean of samsara. May free from the darkness of samsara. May all the sentient beings, including myself, attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all the sentient beings, including myself, attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all the sentient beings, including myself, attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So that comes to the end of the meditation session. You can slowly open your eyes and focus on your body. We can now send some merits that we gain from this meditation session to everyone. Those who helped us. We were small, we were infants, and we couldn't do anything. We were on a bed or a cot. It was our parents who took care of us, looked after us, gave food, covered with blankets, gave medicine. So let's be grateful and remember them. We were learned to live in this world as good people. It was because we were guided by our teachers, relatives, families, friends, whoever helped us, even with a word, a good word. Let's remember them. Also, those who helped us with this technology and everything, the houses, the buildings, those who created these, so we can practice our spiritual paths. Also, the unseen, the deities, Brahma gods. Let's remember everyone and let's share these meritorious deeds that gain from this meditation practice with all of them so they can rejoice with the meritorious deeds and be happy and attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So everyone, that comes to the end of the session. If you have any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, we can end the session.
Thank you very much for today's meditation session, Dr. Gallagher.
You're welcome. It is important that we keep on practicing at least 10-15 days in the morning or in the evening to keep us on the track, the spiritual track. And because in our day to day life, of course, we are working, we are taking care of our families. So there are times our energy is not as pure as when we are doing a meditation practice. So we may release lots of negative energy. So when we start practicing, we can attract that energy and it can cause obstacles to our practice. So it is important we keep practicing at least 10 to 15 minutes in our busy schedules. So to keep up the practice, so it will help to improve it faster. If there are no questions, so let's end the session. Okay, Teruan Saranai, everyone.
Everyone, Saranai.
Sarah, Sonne, everyone.